600 meters below the surface of the ocean, there is a place where the water is dying. The sunlight is gone. The oxygen is almost gone, and almost nothing can live here. This is a dead layer of the sea, a zone of suffocation that wraps around the entire planet. Fish avoid it. Squid avoid it. To most of the ocean, this depth is a wall you do not cross. There is no sun here, and there never will be. The last traces of daylight died hundreds of meters higher up. Below, there is only black. The pressure is crushing, the cold is constant, and the water itself is starved of air. This is one of the most hostile places on Earth, and it is enormous, and it is everywhere. But something is here, hanging motionless in the black. A small, dark shape, drifting without effort, perfectly at home in the water that kills everything else. It has a cloak of webbed arms, deep red skin, and enormous eyes that catch the faintest light. It looks like something that crawled out of a nightmare or out of another age of the Earth. Those eyes are the largest of any animal on the planet compared to the size of its body. On a body the size of a football, they are built to gather every stray photon in a world of night. And in a way, it did. This animal's family is older than the dinosaurs, and it is the last one left alive. Its name means the vampire squid from hell. It sounds like a monster. It is one of the gentlest creatures in the entire ocean. This is Vampyroteuthis infernalis, and almost nothing about it is what it seems. Not its name, not its family, not even the way it stays alive. For 100 years, we barely understood it at all. Almost everything we knew came from dead ones, dragged up in nets, ruined by the journey. Only recently, with deep robots and cameras, have we watched it truly alive. And the living animal turned out to be nothing like the monster its name promised. The name tells you to expect a predator, a blood drinker, a hunter of the deep, a small horror with a cloak and red eyes. Almost all of that is wrong. It drinks no blood. It hunts nothing. It is slow, soft, and almost completely harmless. But the truth is stranger than the myth the name invented, because this animal survives in a way that no other creature of its kind ever has. The people who named it never saw it alive. They saw a dark, dead, shriveled thing pulled from the deep and imagined a demon. The living animal is soft, slow, and almost shy. The horror was in our heads, not in the water. We invented the monster ourselves. It is not a squid. It is not an octopus. It is the sole survivor of a third branch, an ancient line that split off before either group existed. And it does not survive by being a monster. It survives by being patient, efficient, and content with a home that everything else fears. That is the real story hidden behind the terrifying name. Not a predator of the deep, but a survivor of deep time, older than almost anything alive. To understand it, you have to forget almost everything you know about life in the sea, because this is a creature built for a world that would kill nearly everything else. Start with the simplest question, what is it? And immediately, the animal refuses to give a simple answer. It is one of the most confusing animals scientists have ever tried to classify. Look at it one way and it is an octopus. Look again, and it is a squid. It is stubbornly both. It has 8 arms, joined by a wide web, like an octopus. But it also has fins on its body, like a squid. It looks like both, and it is neither. Look closer, and the contradictions only grow. It has fins that look like little ears, a soft gelatinous body, and skin that shifts from red to black. And between its arms, it hides something no squid or octopus has. 2 long, thread-like organs, unlike anything else in the ocean, tucked away in pockets. For years, scientists could not agree on what to call it. They pushed it into the squid group, then the octopus group, and it fit neither one. Every time they tried to file it away, it broke the category. It had too much octopus to be a squid, and too much squid to be an octopus. The answer, when it came, was stranger than either. It belongs to its own order, its own separate branch of the family tree, all to itself. Every other member of that branch is extinct. Its relatives exist only as fossils. This one animal is the last of its entire kind. Its lineage split away from squid and octopus more than 160 million years ago. That is before the great dinosaurs reached their peak. This family watched them rise and fall. We have found its ancient relatives pressed into stone, in rocks from the age of dinosaurs. Fossils of its cousins lie in the same famous beds that preserved the first known birds. Those cousins are all gone now, every single one of them, an entire branch of ocean life, wiped away by time, except for this one quiet survivor. The dinosaurs are gone. Countless ocean giants are gone. But this small, soft creature is still here, drifting in the dark, unchanged. That is why scientists call it a living fossil, a survivor from an age we only know from stone, still breathing in the modern sea. Living fossil does not mean it never changed at all. It means its basic shape, its ancient body plan, has carried on almost untouched by time. While the whole ocean transformed around it, this design just kept working. Empires of predators rose and vanished. This quiet survivor never needed to reinvent itself. And it survived not by being strong, or fast, or fierce. It survived by moving into a place so hostile that almost nothing could follow it. To find its home, you have to descend into a layer of the ocean that most life cannot enter. It is called the oxygen minimum zone, and the name is exactly what it sounds like. Somewhere between 600 and 900 meters down, the oxygen almost disappears. Organic matter sinks from above and rots, and the rotting eats the oxygen out of the water. What is left is a band of ocean that circles the whole planet, and it is suffocating. In some places, the oxygen here drops to just 3% of what the surface holds. For almost any animal, that is a death sentence. A fish that swims into this layer cannot breathe. It weakens, and it leaves, or it dies. So most of the ocean simply avoids it. This zone becomes a wall, a barrier of bad water that predators and prey both stay away from. And this dead layer is not small or rare. It stretches for thousands of miles, in every major ocean, a vast suffocating belt in the deep. Most animals treat it as a barrier to be crossed as fast as possible, or not at all. They hold their breath through it, in a sense, and hurry back to richer water. And that is exactly why the vampire squid lives here. It moved into the one place its enemies could not follow. It made a home out of a death trap. This is one of the strangest survival strategies in all of nature. Instead of getting stronger to beat its rivals, it moved somewhere they simply could not go. It gave up the rich, bright, crowded ocean and took the empty dark in exchange. A hard bargain, but a safe one, and it has held that bargain for millions of years. To do that, it had to rebuild its own body to run on almost no oxygen. Its gills are enormous for its size, built to strip every trace of oxygen from the water. Its blood carries oxygen better than almost any other cephalopods, and its whole body runs slow, on the lowest energy budget of any animal like it. Its flesh is soft and watery, almost jelly-like, and that is on purpose. A gelatinous body needs less fuel to maintain, and helps it hang weightless in the water. Everything about it is tuned to spend as little energy as physically possible. It is not built to win a fight or a race. It is built to simply keep existing on almost nothing. It barely moves. It barely burns anything. It simply hangs in the water and persists. Its body is neutrally buoyant, so it does not even have to swim to keep from sinking. For most animals, staying still in open water takes constant effort. This one is balanced so perfectly against the water that it can simply float, doing nothing. Think about how clever that really is, without the animal ever needing to be clever. Its enemies are strong and fast, but they need oxygen, and here there is almost none, so they cannot follow it down. They stay in the richer water above and below. The very thing that makes this zone deadly is the thing that keeps the vampire squid safe. In a zone of suffocation, it found peace. No predators, no competition, just the endless dark and a slow, patient survival. If a video about the strange survivors of the deep is your kind of thing, you already know what to do. Subscribe. because the way this creature eats is stranger than anything else about it. Every predator in the ocean has to solve one problem. How do you catch food? Most solve it with speed, with teeth, with ambush. The vampire squid solves it by doing nothing, because it does not hunt at all. It is the only cephalopod on Earth that does not chase and kill living prey. Not one. Instead, it waits for the dead to fall from above. Far overhead, in the sunlit ocean, things are constantly dying, and their remains sink. Scientists call this endless downward drift marine snow. It is made of dead plankton, shed shells, waste, and scraps, falling forever into the deep. Follow a single flake of it on its journey down. It begins near the surface in the sunlight as part of something that was recently alive. Then it dies, and it begins to sink for hours, for days, into the black. By the time it reaches the dead zone, it is just a scrap of the world above, falling. To most animals, this is garbage. To the vampire squid, it is a meal. It lives inside a slow, constant blizzard of the ocean's dead, and it eats the snow itself. Here is how. It carries two long, thin filaments, unlike anything else on its body. It extends one of them into the water, far longer than its own body, like a fishing line. These filaments can reach many times the animal's own length. A creature the size of a football, trailing a living thread stretching meters into the black. They're not arms, and they're not tentacles. They're something all their own. No other animal in the ocean carries anything quite like them. They are unique to this one survivor. The filament is sticky and covered in tiny sensors. As marine snow drifts past, the particles catch on it, and the animal feels every touch. Then, slowly it draws the filament back in. It wipes the collected snow off with its arms, rolling it into a ball with sticky mucus. Its suckers do not grip prey. Instead, they use a glue-like slime. That mucus binds the loose scraps of marine snow together into a single edible clump, and it swallows the ball of the ocean's dead. No chase, no struggle, no killing, just patience and the slow harvest of what falls. Think about how little this costs it. It does not swim after prey. It does not fight. It hangs still and lets the food arrive. In a world where every calorie is precious, that is the ultimate advantage. Its meal falls out of the sky, forever, and all it has to do is reach out and wait. For 100 years, no one knew it fed this way. Scientists cut open dead ones and found only slime and scraps, and could not explain it. It took deep-sea robots, filming the living animal in the dark, to finally solve it. Only when we watched it alive did we see the filament, the sticky snow the patient harvest. This is why it can survive where nothing else does. It does not need to spend energy hunting, because its food comes to it forever from above. The scariest sounding creature in the deep sea is a gentle collector of the dead. It is not a vampire. It is closer to a caretaker, quietly cleaning the fallout of the world above. But living in the dark does not mean living without danger. Even here, a few predators come hunting, and the vampire squid cannot outrun them. A handful of deep-diving hunters do pass through this zone. Some fish, and even some deep-diving whales, will hunt at these depths and threaten it. It is slow. It has almost no energy to spare. It cannot flee for long. So instead of running, it does something far stranger. It turns its own body into a trick. A fast animal escapes danger by outrunning it. This one cannot. It has to survive with almost no speed at all, so it survives with light and illusion instead. First, most cephalopods have ink. This one does not. In the deep, black ink would be useless in water that is already completely black. So the vampire squid replaced its ink with light. When threatened, it fires out a cloud of glowing, sticky mucus, full of tiny points of light. Imagine a predator in total darkness, suddenly hit by a burst of glowing slime. The light hangs in the water, confusing and blinding, while the real animal slips away. Picture the hunt from the predator's side. It is locked onto a small, dark, slow target, an easy meal drifting in the deep. Then the target detonates into light, and suddenly there are 100 glowing points. The predator lunges at the glow, at the wrong thing, while the real squid fades into the black. That glowing mucus is expensive to make, so it is a last resort. The animal cannot afford to waste it, so it only fires when it is truly cornered. And its body is covered in light organs of its own. It can flash sudden points of light across its skin and glow brightly at the tips of its arms. These light organs are scattered all over its body, like tiny controllable stars. It can turn them on and off, dim them or flare them, painting itself in shifting light. In the dark, this makes it almost impossible to track. A predator cannot tell which end is the head, or where the body even begins. The glowing arm tips draw the attack away from the vulnerable center. A hunter aims for the lights and misses the animal hidden in the dark between them. But its strangest defense is the one that earned it its name. When truly threatened, it turns itself inside out. It pulls its webbed, cloak-like arms up and over its entire body. It becomes a dark, spiny ball, hiding its soft parts and showing the world a wall of spikes. This is the cloak that gave the vampire squid its terrifying name. A cape of arms, turned into armor, from an animal that only ever wanted to be left alone. And it does all of this without ever striking back. It has no venom to inject, no crushing bite, no weapon meant to hurt another animal. Every trick it owns is a way to disappear, not a way to kill. It is a master of the vanishing act, in a world where vanishing is the only way to live. Light instead of ink, confusion instead of speed, armor instead of a fight. Every one of its defenses is about escape, not attack. It is built to survive, not to kill. By now you can see it. This animal breaks nearly every rule of its own family. It does not hunt. It does not use ink. It lives where nothing else can. And there is one more. Almost every squid and octopus dies young and dies fast. They live a year or two. They breed once in a single massive event and then they die. The vampire squid refuses to do this. It does not spend its whole life in one final burst. It breeds slowly, again and again. A female can spawn many times over her life, resting between each one. In a food-poor, oxygen-poor world, she cannot afford one giant gamble. So she spreads it out, and when she does carry eggs, she pays a heavy price for it. She may guard them for many months, and through much of that time, she barely eats at all. She burns her own body slowly to protect the next generation. It is a quiet, patient sacrifice stretched across a length of time most sea animals never reach. And because of that patience, she lives far longer than any normal squid. Not 1 year, not 2. This animal may live for 8 years or more, in the cold and the dark. For a cephalopod, that lifespan is almost unheard of. Most of its relatives are gone within a year or two. This one measures its life in many years. Think about what that really means. Everything about the vampire squid is a rejection of how its relatives live and die. They are fast. It is slow. They hunt. It waits. They burn bright and die young. It burns low and lasts. Everything its family does at high speed, it does at the pace of deep time. It is the tortoise of the cephalopod world, in a lineage full of racing hares. And that is exactly why it is still here, when the rest of its ancient family is not. Every relative it ever had is a fossil. It is the only branch of its kind still alive. There is a strange kind of genius in that. It never fought the ocean for dominance. It stepped sideways, into the space no one wanted. While stronger animals competed and killed and burned out, it simply endured. Its whole strategy is to ask for so little that almost nothing can take it away. It did not survive 160 million years by being a monster. It survived by being patient, efficient, and content with the place no one else wanted. And it did it all quietly, in a place we could not even see until recently. For most of human history, we had no idea this ancient creature was even down there. It outlasted the dinosaurs without ever knowing they existed. It will likely outlast us too, hanging in the dark, asking almost nothing of the world. The vampire squid from hell is not a horror. It is a quiet, ancient survivor, wearing a frightening name it never earned. There is a lesson hidden in this small, dark animal. Survival is not always about being the strongest. Sometimes it is about wanting the least. While giants fought and died in the sunlit sea, this creature simply stepped into the dark. And it is still here, outliving predators that would have seen it as nothing but prey. It is a reminder that the deep sea does not reward the fierce. It rewards the ones who can endure the dark, the cold, and the emptiness the longest. But the deep ocean hides stranger survivors still. In the next epoch, we go down further past the dead zone into the crushing dark of the trenches to find a creature that lives under pressure that would flatten a submarine. An animal that should not be able to exist at all, at the very bottom of the world. Down there, the weight of the water above is almost beyond imagining. It would crush steel, and yet something soft and alive still calls that place home. That story is coming, and down there, the vampire squid's dead zone would feel like the shallows. If you made it this far, the deep past is clearly your kind of place, so stay in it. There are more forgotten survivors waiting in the epochs before us. The ocean is full of monsters. This was never one of them. It wears the name of a monster, and it never harmed a thing.